but at the same time, I get to pretty much share my knowledge to you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you guys is I'm going to talk to really good awesome points, because that's what I think the most important part in the training phase. Well, in the beginning is your training, right? So obviously, the more training appointments, the more experience you get to be exposed on. That's pretty much the best, right? So what I'm going to talk to you guys, so Yesenia, sorry, so I still get pretty confused, but she talked about how to actually call, on the fast start list, right? But what I'm going to teach you guys is whenever you guys get the new recruit, is how to get, teach them how to get referrals, okay? Because I think I've talked to this over and over, right? But now I'm going to implement it in a way to have your new directs, your new recruits, teach them how to get referrals, because I think that whenever in the beginning phase, which is their training phase, guess what happens? They actually run out of contacts because they use all their family, all their friends, right?
Right.
So now it's how to maintain that activity with them. How to, so in our case, we every time we sit down on a training appointment, next thing you do is ask referrals, so teach them how to get them, so what we do is, every you never want to get referrals from someone you know close. I always tell that to everybody, because people have asked me, how do you get referrals when you know close on a client? Don't do it, okay? Because it gives you really bad. They already have bad credibility enough. So what we do is, like, if they give you referrals, and they're probably gonna call their comadre, hey comadre, you refer me to this life insurance. Oh yeah, it's a life insurance, but I didn't get it. So now they're gonna say, well, when am I gonna get it, right? So never get referrals from someone that is not your client, okay? So, and here's the thing, guys. Referrals to me are the most important thing, because 95% of our team right now has been built based on those referrals. No prospecting, okay? So it has been built based on that. So Adrian, for example, he was based on a referral of a friend from work from 8 years ago, Alondra was from Lexi, Lexi was from another referral, another direct, right? So it's been based on referrals, okay? So, and I always say this is my mantra: the best recruits are on the kitchen table, because if they already become clients, they already know they value the life insurance part, the Primerica, they already value it already, so why not ask for, give them the opportunity? Of course, they have to have the Social Security, we all know that, right? So you got to teach your new directs how to invest in your business, okay? So invest it, so right now our directs we're working with, Luis and Marta, I'm teaching them, okay, get Starbucks cards, get something, always have something out, because if they invest, if I start teaching them right now, imagine when they get their license, they're not going to have a problem with it, right? So, so with referrals, this is how 3 ways how you maintain activity, and I think I've talked about it before. So obviously recruiting, okay? So you want to recruit them on the kitchen table, or obviously go prospecting. Prospecting is also another way, okay? So we have teammates that do not have a market here in Arizona, so what we teach them is, okay, go prospect, There's no excuse. If they don't have family here, okay, we'll get 5 to 10 numbers, right? Build a business of that, and it can happen. So, so we always teach our team, get 5 to 10 numbers, hold them accountable, because you can easily just be here at 9 a.m. and say, you know what, I'm gonna go get 10 numbers. Okay, well, no, you have 1 hour to get me those 10 numbers, so hold them accountable to that. Okay, so another thing, policy deliveries. I get excited because you always get referrals on those. Okay, so now with the new directs, with your new recruits, like Yesenia was talking about, you want to teach them how to make those calls, right? So now guess what, with those referrals, now you're going to teach them how to make referrals, because obviously whenever you start, it's not the same calling family and friends versus a referral call. It's so different. It's a way different thing. And I'm so proud of Marta, because she yesterday, our direct, she actually scheduled 3 KTs on her own. I only taught her for like about 15 minutes how to make a referral call. She scheduled 3 KTs this weekend, okay, based on that. So you want to teach them, okay, how to maintain it by getting referrals, because guess what? When they get referrals and then when they become licensed, they're going to go see them when they're licensed. You're not gonna, they're not gonna have they're not gonna have no activity. They're still gonna have a lot of activity now, So that will get them excited. That will get them motivated. So also, here's the most important thing. Make sure you qualify those referrals. And the moment that you close them, qualify them. Okay, that's one of the things that I always tell our teammates, qualify them, because whenever you say, okay, give me 10, 15 numbers, whatever, and you don't qualify them, so now you're calling them and you're telling them, okay, are you married? Or, and it's awkward to ask. Okay, so now that if you have already, okay, so they're married, they have kids, now you say, okay, is your husband going to be available, right? And there's some cases that, I've had my own share that the clients say, oh, they're single, she's a single mom. But when I call her, oh, no, I already have a boyfriend. So, you still get those. But, you always want to ask, okay, so one thing that Yesenia really brought up, never give them you never want to ask them, okay, when would you help me, right? You say you give them the time frame, okay, can it be tomorrow, can it be, because with referral calls, you're already kind of on the cold market, you're starting to get more on the cold market, but at the same time, it's all based on the client's credibility. So I'm telling you guys, I've had 9, one time the lowest amount of referrals I've gotten was 9. Out of those 9 referrals, we closed about 7 cases out of those 9. And that's because the client has credibility, right? So you never want to lose the client's relationship because they already have that credibility. So go back to them. They already gave you 9. They can give you 10 more, so go back to them. Don't lose your relationship with clients because it's very important, right? So what I wanted to talk to you guys about is just how to maintain that activity with your new directs, because at the end of the day, we're closing their market. So now we're going to teach them, that's why we're teaching them how to get referrals, because they're going to work with those, right? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because the most important thing, guys, is getting them excited, getting them on activity, getting them on results, right? Because whenever a new recruit doesn't get enough results in the beginning, they're going to get discouraged, that they're not going to, they're probably going to most end up quitting, right? So the teammates that we have, like I said, most of them have been through referrals. Luis and Marta are 8 deep referrals now. 8 deep, okay? So it's crazy, right? So just never ever lose those referrals, because one thing what Novia told me once, she's like, if you're already getting 20 to 25 referrals every patient table that you get, there's no need to go out prospecting. You have ask for them. Ask, okay, who's 26? Or so whenever I got Luis and Marta, the first I asked the mom, the lady, she was already a Primerica client, but I could have easily said, you know what? Thank you so much, you're a Primerica client, there's no need, right? I said, no, I'm not leaving without getting referrals. And I got referrals, because at that time, that lady, she had Primerica since 4 years ago, okay? So she's like, and I asked her, did you give your agent referrals? And she was like, no, it's because I barely got here, I moved to Phoenix. But now I started Herbalife, so I had known all these people, right? And she goes, oh, and by the way, I have a son. His name is Luis, he's 26 years old, he's married, he has 2 kids. And guess what? They're directs, right? So you always want, it's important for you guys to know the concept of getting referrals is so important, right? So the other thing I wanted to talk to you, sorry, I lost track. So, my list. Sorry, I was just told to talk about referrals, so I'm like barely getting everything together, but yeah, so just make sure, guys, that you going back to Yesenia's topic a little bit, get them on the fast track as soon as possible, one thing that we started implementing is if they're off that day, don't let them go home. Do their fast start right there, right? If they're off, all right, they're going to be like, oh, I have a lot of time. All right, cool. I'm going to get you on the fast start right now, because you're getting your list, right? Their list. And it happens most of the time that when they leave and they have this whole day to think about it, they call you the next day and they're like, oh, I've been thinking, right? So get their list before they even do that, right? Because you will get more, honestly, and because not all the time people are gonna, thankfully, we've been able to have a good team, or, building it because of that, So, one thing that always, I would always just wanted to tell you guys is just make sure you teach your team how to, close, of course, it's really important to close, right? Because you get paid, right? But get them their license as soon as possible. Get them the 3x3, send them to class. Because that's what we've been doing. Getting the 3x3, sending them to class. Because yes, you want to get the, at least 15 to 20 training appointments at the same time. But that doesn't mean that, okay, send them to class and not do training. You want to at least do 15 to 20 training appointments, right? whenever we first started, we got about 27, no, 20, I think it was like 25 training appointments, and Julio helped like 20, you know? But he taught us how to get those referrals. Whenever we got licensed, we already had like about 100 referrals already from all of our family, all of our friends, you know? So that's how we've worked on ever since last year. You know, it's just referrals, referral upon referral. People will give you referrals once you show them the Starbucks cards or the gift or any gift card that you want, right? They were like, all right, because we live in a very materialistic world that people are like, okay, what's in it for me? What if I give you numbers? What am I getting, right? So you always want to show the gift cards. Oh, I have here. Look, here's the gift cards. I have a lot to give out. So you know, and they'll trust me. They will pull out their phone and write them down, right? So you want to, you know, that's one thing that Julian Sensei taught us, you know, the referrals. So now we're teaching our team how to get those referrals, you know. And now, like I said, you know, they're awesome because they've already, you know, they're starting to schedule their own interviews. And I'm so proud of like our team because they're starting to get, you know, independent, and that's what we want. We're here to build leaders. We're not here to just, you know, help them out. I don't want to be the trainer for the rest of my life. I want to have financial freedom too, right? So you want to teach every single one of your directs of your recruits, you know, so to be independent, because that's one of the things here that will make you more money. Get them licensed, get them independent, and that's it, you know. So I have 3 minutes left, guys, so I'm going to open it to questions. So any questions you guys have right now? Yes.
As far as your referral program, do you give the cards based off of the players that help them, or is it just based off of how do they earn their things?
So what I always say is a good question. So what I always say is every I always tell them, okay, so I have, you know, gift cards here, and I always get Starbucks normally, most of the time, okay, unless they're a really nice client, you know, that gives me more than 25, I'll give them a restaurant gift card, you know. But if they give me, I always say that for every referral that you give me, it's $1 towards Starbucks. So if you give me for every 5 numbers, it's a Starbucks card. You know, so they're like, okay, cool. You know, I'm gonna give you 10 numbers so I can make $10. Because I mean, Starbucks can be pretty expensive, right? So yeah, so they love Starbucks. I mean, there hasn't been any client that has told me I don't like Starbucks, right? So, but yeah, you always say for every 5 numbers and if you want to keep it simple, just say for every 5 numbers that you give me, it's a Starbucks gift card. And they're like, all right, cool. So that's how it is, you know? Any other questions so far? No? So guys, seriously, okay, I will, yeah.
Still get the, even though you're training your recruits, and the client,
I can't hear you,
the
sorry.
client says no, like, your recruits,
Mhm.
still pick up referrals, even though it's training.
For their training, yeah, we still, if we close, yeah, but if we don't, no. Like I was telling before, if they're not clients, don't get referrals. It's bad credibility.
So if you're training someone and then say you go with their deal and you get referrals, but then the trainee quits, would you still go to those referrals?
I still call them, yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll be surprised if they're already clients, now you're gonna call them on referrals, not on training. You're not gonna call them, oh yeah, Rocio is getting the license. No, now you're calling them, oh, well, you know, this client, you know, the referral calls that I always do, right? So now you switch it.